Right, and with that, let's start with some breaking news coming in from Bihar. A stampede tragedy. At least 7 devotees were killed, several others injured in the incident at Ashok Dham Temple in Lakhisarai district early morning today. Officials are saying panic may have been triggered by rumors that a live electric wire had fallen into the crowd after an electric pole collapsed. The tragedy unfolded amid a heavy rush of worshippers who had gathered at the temple on the third Monday of Sawan. Following the incident, officials and police teams reached the spot and began rescue efforts, while the injured were taken to nearby hospitals for medical care. Calling the incident extremely tragic, Bihar Chief Minister Sawan Chaudhary said the administration had been directed to ensure proper and prompt treatment for the injured. Now let's go across to my colleague Yash joining us with the sequence of events into the tragedy. Yash.
This is a very tragic incident that has unfolded today at the Ashok Dham temple area. Now remember, the incident, the stampede, did not happen inside or near the temple premises. It was 1 or 2 kilometers away from that. We'll come to that. Let's start by giving a little overground of what actually happened and where it happened. Remember, the tragedy unfolded today on the third Monday or Somvari of the holy month of Sawan. It is one of the most auspicious days for Shiva devotees. On this day, devotees performed Jal Abhishek, offering holy water to Lord Shiva. Ashok Dham Temple in Lakhisarai, the map that you see on your screens, is a major pilgrimage site during Sawan. It draws massive crowds every Monday of the month. On this particular morning, an estimate of 50,000 devotees had gathered to offer prayers and perform Jal Abhishek to Lord Shiva. It is far beyond the routine footfall. Now, the stampede exactly did not happen in the temple premises itself. It occurred on the approach road connecting the Ashok Dham halt, a small railway station, to the Ashok Dham temple. The arrow is marked on your screens. You can see this tiny little road starting from the Ashok Dham railway station somewhere here and going all the way towards the Ashok Dham Mandir. Now this is one road. This is the only road that connects Ashok Dham Mandir to the Ashok Dham railway station, and it is a tiny patch of rough road. It is not even a tarmac road. So yes, this is where the incident happened. According to the DM, the devotee queue had swelled so much that it stretched all the way back to this railway halt, where 2 trains had just stopped. This was the first event. This is exactly where the devotees were gathered. The line started somewhere from here and extended all the way to Ashok Dham railway station halt. There, two trains had just stopped on this halt, and at some point during the early morning rush, an electric pole collapsed somewhere near here. This is these are the service quarters for railwaymen who travel often through this Ashok Dham railway line. This is where a pole crushed, collapsed. It fell specifically on the right side of the men's queue. So this road was divided into 2 parts, where on the right side was the men's queue and on the left side was the women's queue. So this electric pole from here fell on the right side of the men's queue. This by itself caused initial alarm, but panic was what happened next. As the pole fell, a rumor spread through the crowd that a live electric wire had fallen among the devotees. This triggered immediate fear of electrocution, and people began scrambling to get away. Now, remember, the DM has clarified that it was not a live wire at all. It was merely a cable wire, posing no electrical damage. But by the time this was established, the panic had already spread. This is where the panic turned into something devastating. This is where the women's queue began from. Remember, this is where the pole initially fell. uh, the rumor started from here, spread till here, and the pressure started to build in the women's queue somewhere near here. As people pushed to escape the perceived electrical threat, the tightly packed women's queue buckled up. The women began falling on one another, leading to crush injuries and suffocations. This explains why, according to officials, all confirmed deceased are so far women. Perhaps the most striking detail is that the entire sequence, the pole falling, rumors spreading, the queue collapsing, and then people being crushed, unfolded just within 2 minutes. This is exactly where the stampede happened. Remember, this is where the pole fell, and within 2 minutes, this whole entire area was swelled by over 50,000 people on just this one tiny little stretch of a road, which is again 2 kilometers away from the temple itself. So you can imagine the scale of people that were in this exact area. 50,000 people within a 2-kilometer radius, and this unfolded just within 2 minutes. This underscores how quickly crowd panic can turn deadly in high density gatherings, leaving virtually no window for intervention once it begins. So yes, this was the entire sequence. This is how the panic happened, and that panic led to killing of at least 7 women.
All right, Yash, thank you very much for bringing us those details, the map. And Ritesh also continues to be with us on this. In fact, we're going to be connected with Ritesh in a short while from now. But those are the visuals of the area, the map of the area where the stampede had occurred, and it was only a matter of seconds, 2 minutes, when the entire sequence of events unfolded, as my colleague is telling us viewers, about 2 kilometers away from the Lakhisarai temple, the Ashok Dham temple, where devotees had gathered today on the 3rd Monday of the Sawan month. Now, this has caused 6 women to have lost, 7 in fact to have lost their lives. Over a dozen have been injured. The administration, the government has announced an ex gratia of 4 lakh rupees, and Chief Minister has called the incident unfortunate. Some more reactions are in fact coming in. Let's take those. Now, on 7 deaths in the stampede-like